Previously on the Mediocre Monitor.
And now, the exciting conclusion to the Cylon Assembly.
Hello fellow builders and welcome back to the bench. Mediocre Modeler here, but if you've been here before, you know that. But if you haven't been here before, where you been? We've been waiting on you. Welcome in. We're on part 2 of our Cylon Assembly. It's about a week before Wonderfest, and I didn't really want to get too involved in a model that was just too difficult to build. So I chose the Cylon. I've had it printed for a long time, and assemble, paint, done. It's about 1/12 scale. I wanted it to be the same size as no, is it 1/12, 1/9? 1/12, about the Bondi figures. Because pretty much all my stuff is round about that size. That way I thought I was going to make some kind of a scene with maybe Cylons and Stormtroopers or something. But for the moment, I just wanted to get it assembled. And I did get it assembled. Now we're down to paint. I wanted it to have a really good chrome finish, and I thought about using all clad or something, one of those the airbrush metallic paints, but that will require a lot of masking, and since it's already assembled, I don't want to paint it because with a paintbrush, because then you're going to get brush strokes. But there's an alternative, and that alternative is chrome markers. And here is one example. Look at the shine you're getting off of that. And I was like, this is definitely the way to go. This is one of the failed prints. You can see his little mohawk didn't print out. But I was thinking about having plans for this. That's why I did not get rid of it. But as a test bed, it was perfect for paint. Cylons. I know Tipsy's going to probably record this and put it on a loop, but Cylons are kind of cool. And when you see them on screen, you're just like, wow. Then they up their game. Okay, the cool intro of the Cylons is, you're in trouble because here comes the Cylon. But then they bring this guy, the gold Cylon. I'm at this point just freaking out. And if you notice, as you see him walk, even his cape is like a goldish tinge to it. We're not going to talk about why Cylons would build a base star with ladders. That's another argument. But then we hear him talk.
Have we achieved orbit insertion 10 centons ago? Long range scan fully operational. Nothing definite to report. Definite. A momentary blip prior to
we know who's in control here.
Our scanners were not fully operational. Nothing since. No. Launch a fighter patrol to circumnavigate the outer edge of this planetary system. Just to be safe. By your command, duty patrol to the launch bay.
I loved everything they did with this character. I never knew he had a name until I started watching IFB. But his name is Volpa, and he's the commander, which is obvious. His voice was lower. I think it's just a great character. Now, you could probably also infer he's in command because he seemed a little bit more punchy. But, they were working with what they were working with, and maybe the armor didn't quite fit whoever the actor was. Because I kind of felt like they wanted maybe a little bit bigger, broader actor to represent Volpa. But that's what we're going to do. We're going to go with the Volpa Cylon. So let's get stuck in. As you can see, I tried to make my Cylon as close to the same size as the on-die the model kit, so he can go back where he needs to go before he gets damaged. But let's see here. We got the gold, and we have the silver, chrome, and I started doing a little bit of test on it. So, and I'm finding that the gold is not as reflective as the chrome. It's just, so there's a part of me that's going, well, I should have just went on ahead and painted if I'm not going to get any different. But I'm hoping the detail I get out of using the markers is going to get me there. So what are we using? I'm using Big Thumb chrome ink markers. And let's see. So yes, this is that's the silver that I've been using, and I got a 3-pack of the gold, which comes with 3 different tips. So that's the fine tip. I'm not going to start with that, or maybe we will. We've got the angled tip, all right, and then you've got the rounded tip, and the rounded one is what I used on that. But I think I want to start with that guy. I gotta finding a decent image has really been kind of a challenge too. All right. So we're gonna start at the bottom and work our way up. So the tops of the boots, and then we skip to like the belt, the van braces, the upper arms there, and then the chest and the head. I already started a little bit on the back, but I figured just as a test, just to see what it looked like. So shake this guy up really good. Let the ink flow. Let it get down to there. I actually left the round tipped one, there you go, with the cap off overnight, and was just terrified that I ruined it, but I did not. We're going to let this dry. Come back to it in a bit. When you're working on that level of detail, it can take a lot of concentration. But a few things kind of popped into my mind while I was doing the painting. First thing was, I was really glad that I put that base on the bottom of the model. It was just originally intended to hold the model upright while it was in the paint booth, but I found it very useful to be able to set the model at different angles while I was painting it, and that gave me a very stable platform to either set it straight up or on any of the four sides. So that was one thing. The second thing that occurred to me was making sure you have a good handhold. I had decided to paint it from the bottom up, so I knew I could hold the mohawk part of his head, and that was a great place for me to be able to turn the model around and at all the different angles to try and catch as much surface area that needed to be covered and see what I might have missed. And the third thing is, you have to come to grips with the fact that paint is going to get where you don't want it. It just happens. And all you can do is understand that paint goes everywhere. You're not going to get it in one shot. So give yourself some grace. So let's get back to it. Now, I know I said I was going to try and keep this model simple, and I wasn't going to do a bunch of masking, but I wanted the back of the butt curtain, as Tipsy calls it, to have a little bit of a different shade of gold. So we're going with the gold titanium from Tamiya. I missed my mark on the masking and went a little bit too low, so I'm spraying a little Tamiya in the cup and using a paintbrush to blend in the line from the bottom of the belt to the top of the butt curtain. Well, the gold didn't come out as shiny as this guy, but you know what? I'm still happy with the end result. I got that file from CG Trader, and that's the beautiful thing. I can go back and print a whole squadron of those dudes if I want to. I still have to come up with a better base. I had a couple of ideas what I wanted to do for the base, but again, I'm not quite sure where he's going to go. So in the meantime, we're just going to put him in with all the rest of the robots and let him chill out there until the inspiration hits us as to where he really needs to be. The point being, I'm in that space now. I'm in that good positive. I've just completed a good build, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to see what new stuff other people have done and pull in some of that modeling inspiration. So Wonderfest, look out, because here we come. But until next time, I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe and look for a couple of videos of us on the trip. Oh yeah, and if you get a chance, go build something. Pew 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 pew.